Fiona, we're filming about the cost of living. Do you think it's getting better or worse?
It's getting worse, far worse. I'm on income support and carers allowance, and now I hear that the Tories will be cutting the carers allowance if they get back in again, and I'm really, really worried.
So when it comes to the election, who are you going to vote for?
Labour.
Tell me about the cost of living. Do you think it's getting better or worse?
It's not improving, but it's not getting that bad. And I must admit, over the past few years, it's not got any worse, and I find it personally okay.
So what things do you notice are pretty expensive then?
Everything. My food bill used to be about £80 a week and it's now £120.
How do you manage to make ends meet?
Well, I have 3 jobs and each job provides for different things. One provides for my rent, one provides for my weekends, and one provides for like food and stuff like that. So I don't really have any spare money.
Don't have much spare time by the sound of things. Big issues, people using food banks. How do you feel about that in 2015?
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's appalling. And you know, the people are getting, those that are above are getting paid more, and people are struggling. There's a bigger divide, and I don't understand why that is. It's 2015 now. We don't live hundreds of years ago. Poverty shouldn't be the way that it is in this country at this moment in time.
Today's a busy day. I've got to get a costing to ship a baby grand piano from Stockport to South Africa, one of my clients who's just moved there. Right. I also need to go and check out a sports car for a client. He's in London and the car's just up the road.
When it comes to the cost of living, there's very little crisis in the lives of the clients of Lisa Forbes.
And I need to go and get some Caribbean-looking sand for a Caribbean party, so I need it to look Caribbean, not builders.
She runs a concierge-cum lifestyle management service in Cheshire. People pay her to book theatre tickets, plan parties.
Hey, I've come for the pom-poms.
Okay, so have those ready.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
And check out their next purchase while they're busy at work.
I've come to see this car for a client.
Lisa says business slowed during the recession, but in recent months, she's noticed a big change.
The work's coming in faster, there's more people spending on parties in their homes, they're wanting to go out to dinner for dinner reservations, I'm getting tickets to theatre for them, to concerts, so definitely the money's there.
So I've got roughly 1,200 and odd pounds coming in.
And outgoings?
Outgoings 1,300 and something.
So you're in the red straight away.
I'm in the red straight away, yeah.
The money definitely isn't there for Gemma Mooney from Horwich. She was made redundant in December and has struggled to find permanent, even part-time work. Unlike Lisa's clients, Gemma has plenty of time to do her own shopping, but little in the way of cash to pay for it. She has 2 kids and many more bills to pay.
Constantly in the overdraft. It's just a matter of every month having to manage, cut back where necessary. Gas and electric has risen. You have to be very aware at home, making sure you're turning the lights off, not turning the heating on, using as little hot water as you can. So what does that say?
Done.
Well done. You're so clever. When you've come from working full time or part time, and you've got that sense of, self-worth, and those children are reliant on you and you alone to provide for them, and you can't give them what they want. It's really upsetting.
When it comes to voting, it's often said we ask ourselves the question, am I better off or worse off than 5 years ago? Now, Labour claim we're £1,600 a year worse off. The Tories say we're £900 a year better off. Now, Labour base their figure on real wages. The Tories base theirs on overall household income, which include things like tax cuts, benefit changes and pensioners. Who's right? Well, it depends who you are, how old you are, where you work, where you live. Labour say there's been an overall fall in living standards, partly due to a rise in zero-hour contracts and temporary jobs. The Conservatives say that 85% of new jobs are full-time and that zero-hour contracts account for just 1 in 50. When it comes to that central question, am I better off or worse off, the answer is a complicated one. Take 2 people, Tim from Rochdale and Katarzyna from Salford. Katarzyna has spent the last 2 years working in a hotel on a 0 hours contract.
Very often I was working without any day of break, like Sunday, Saturday. When I asked about the 1 day off, he, for example, didn't give me a work for a week. because I've asked for a day off.
The mum of two could earn hundreds of pounds one week and almost nothing the next. She has now left that job, as poor now as when she started.
You need to have stability with your payments, with your money that is coming on your account. I always had the overdraft on my account, which I was forced to use it, where I shouldn't have to, but I was using this.
But drive 15 miles north to Tim Fairley's door-making warehouse in Rochdale, and what you hear is very different.
I think the demand, people waiting through the recession really. Now what's happened is people have made decisions to move or to do that big renovation, to sell and to move on to something bigger.
And that's opened the door to more and more business. As profits have lifted, so too have wages. Tim has recently handed staff here a pay rise above inflation and taken on 50 new staff, not one of them on 0 hours.
0 hours wouldn't be any good to us. What we need is people that show loyalty to us because they know they've got a job and it's a permanent job, and via that we can train them, we can invest in them, and they can invest themselves in here. You know, so it's consistency of quality and supply really, and that's what we need by having permanent contracted people.
And up and down the northwest there are plenty of Tims and Contagnas, Lisas and Gemmas, each with their own answer to that central question.
For the last 2 crisis years, the banking bosses have waived their bonuses even as their star traders have been paid. This year, a new government, new banking bosses and a new attitude, even as taxpayer subsidies continue and austerity bites everywhere else.
Billions of pounds of bonuses will be granted to bankers in the next few weeks, including those at bailed out banks. And this time, the bosses too will claim multi-million-pound bonuses. It's creating a grand political headache for a government which wants to say we're all in this together.
After reports of an imminent £2.5 million bonus for the boss of Royal Bank of Scotland, the Prime Minister sending this morning a clear message to the state-owned bank.
On the general, I want to see the bonus pool smaller than last year. On the specific, Royal Bank of Scotland, as you rightly say, is owned by the government. They should not be leading the way on bonuses, they should be a backmark.
Isn't business as usual, and I think it's absolutely vital that banks that have been hugely supported by the taxpayer understand their role in society and their obligations to wider society. There's going to be a lot of temptation, a lot of pressure for banks to go back to the old ways of giving out very, very big bonuses with no real regard for public feelings. It is going to be a problem, but I must go now.
You're going to deal with the bonus culture then?
You've got to go.
You're going to try?
Yeah.
Talking tough in front of me, but once on stage there was no mention of bonuses, big salaries or the kind of casino banking that got us into this mess in the first place.
I believe the public is right behind the approach that we are taking.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
To enhance the reputation of this House, we should send the Prime Minister and his ministers on a seminar to teach them the precise meaning of the word question, the precise meaning of the word answer, and the need for a link between the two. Today's spectacle was the worst ever, where the answers from the Prime Minister to the Leader of Opposition had no connection whatsoever to the question.
We dealt with all this a fortnight ago.